you're a pretty girl in Memphis, Tennessee, you can't work at a pizza parlor. You can't go outside. You can't walk down the street. You can't get a taxi.
What a load of crap.
The seventh girlfriend to a millionaire, do OnlyFans.
What a load of absolute crap.
Have a rich father.
And by the way,
how destroyed our society.
And by the way, how could you?
Society is so wrecked. Women can't even work jobs.
Sorry, forgive me.
So sad about
okay,
this
stop talking.
She was doing the
stop
right thing.
talking. Forgive me, but irony just died. Are you really lambasting people for doing OnlyFans when you ran a webcam operation?
I didn't lambast. I said that's what they're going to do.
Right.
Because women are not safe to do anything
But you
else.
literally paid them to do a similar thing on webcam.
10 years ago, I had a webcam company,
Yeah.
correct.
So you literally did the same thing.
I'm not anti-OnlyFans.
That's how you employed women.
That women cannot work jobs anymore. This is why nightlife has died. Women don't go out anymore. You know why London has absolutely no nightlife? What girl
when were you last out in London?
On a Thursday night is going to walk around at 2 a.m.
When were you last out in London?
None. The whole city is gone.
When were you last out in London?
The same. People aren't going to meet anymore.
I was out in London the other day. It was packed with people, including
Nobody does
women.
anything but sits inside on their phone, and it's because the streets are running with blood.
Really? Well, I was out in London the other day, packed with people, having a good time, including many women, most of whom will find your views utterly ridiculous. Utterly Dickensian and ridiculous.
Who's not obsessed?
A woman's place is at home, no vote, no job, no power. But you, Andrew Tate, believe that's the way to protect them and to save women for the world. What a joke.
I believe if we were to bring up an electoral map
What a joke. I hope young men,
no, this is your chance.
I hope young men who watch this interview realise the emperor wears no clothes. Because actually all you want to do is subjugate women.
If only men vote, and let's see if it's Democratic or Republican.
Only
let's see
men
if it's Democratic,
vote.
Liberal, left-leaning, or Republican.
Only men vote.
Votes the American continent.
I
Please
want young men. I want young men to watch this interview. I want them to watch it back several times and understand that actually underpinning your whole shtick is brazen, really damaging misogyny. You are a terrible misogynist, and that is the truth. And you may pretend you're not, even maybe to yourself. But when you talk about the way you want to subjugate women, no vote, no job, no power, but you, Andrew Tate, will take control of them and take charge and protect them. Do me a bloody favour. Why would any woman want to do that?
My daughter has no vote, no power, listens to daddy, does everything I say. She's alive, well, and drives a Bentley. Let me tell you something, Piers. I've asked you many single questions. I've asked you many questions on this interview, and you answered absolutely none of them for a reason.
My job is the interviewer. I ask the questions. You
complaining
don't.
about the vote. Bring up an electoral map of men only voting in America. Let's look if men are voting for these soft-on-crime, open border policies of the Democrats, or if men are voting Republican. Prove me wrong. This is your chance, Mr. Piers Morgan, legend of the legacy media, Mr. Smartass.
You're mistaking me for a fellow misogynist, and I'm not.
No, you don't want to prove me right, sir. But everyone already knows
I don't have to prove you right or wrong.
Every single time,
people have heard you.
Is nothing but decimation of your decimation of the little bit of legacy you have left, the little bit of credibility that you've retained.
People will watch. Well, we'll see how your credibility fares after your court cases. Right, and like I say,
the same as it did in Romania.
Like I say,
the same as it did in Romania.
I don't know the.
I am innocent. I am the victim of a deep state attack.
I think it's going to be very.
No, if you were a real journalist, Piers, if you were a real journalist, I just told you that the British Foreign Office wrote to another sovereign nation declaring me a national security threat and asking them to get me off the internet. Don't you think you should have asked a single question about that? How I know it? What proof I have? Is it on paper? Why did they do that? Is that legal? Why were you in jail without charges? 4 years locked in your house, never convicted. You never even went to court. If you were a real journalist, you would have asked me 20 questions. And you know what? I told you that. I told you something breaking. That the British Foreign Office broke international law, just like they did with Julian Assange, and you didn't care because you are an establishment figure. All you are is a figurehead for the Matrix itself. You don't care about the truth ever. You say what you're supposed to say.
The beauty of what you've just...
what you're supposed to say.
The beauty of this interview is that you've revealed the truth about yourself. You just don't even really realise it, or maybe you do and you don't care. But everyone watching this can now see you laid bare as a brazen misogynist, somebody who wants to remove all women's rights And I say that makes you a dangerous misogynist with an unhealthy influence over young men. And they should watch this interview and understand very clearly that actually women should have the right to vote. They should have the right to work. They should have the right to hold positions of power. And that your kind of misogyny is actually taking us back 150 years to a place where women stayed at home
should have the right
and had
to ride
children
the subway
and took
without
care
getting
of their
stabbed
man.
in the neck.